So the next thing we want to look at is the index function, and then we will put these things together and see what we've built, right? So the index function is very simple, right? I just want to know, I want to go again and do like we did with the VLOOKUP. I want to go and look up what the first name is of the person with this ID number. And so to do that with an index, I would go index, and you see it asks me for where is the array, right? So I'll go ahead and grab this table here, say it's going to be in there, right? F4 to lock that down, right? And then say it says, what it wants from me is it wants a row number and a column, and then it'll tell me what it finds in that. So I have to actually manually go and tell it what row to look in and what column to look in. So it's really pretty silly, right? I've got to go look up by hand or by visual inspection 880001, and I see that that's in row 2 in that array, 1, 2, right? So a row number is 2. Comma. Now where the column number is, what's the column number for first? Well, it's 1, 2, 3. So then I can go 3 like that, enter, and it comes up and it finds the word or the name Milagros. And if I copy this over and then go back and change the column numbers again, right? And I say, well, last is 1, 2. That'll work for me. And then if I go and look up the email, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And I put that in, and I'm hoping that this is striking you as really silly, right? I mean, why would I go through all of that trouble to look these things up just to punch the numbers in there so they can tell me what I already knew by looking at that? The reason that I would is because, hey, what is this asking us for? It's asking us for an array, which we can get for it, and then it's asking for a row and a column. Well, what does match do? Match goes and finds the row or the column something is in. So what if we combine the two of these? What if we combined index with a match function? We would get a dynamic lookup function that can do some incredible things, right? And that's exactly what we're going to do here. And what do I mean by incredible? Well, okay, so VLOOKUP is our go-to function, right? If I knew that I was going to look up the quad and I wanted the price back, that'd be no problem. I'd go VLOOKUP quad column number 2, right? If I wanted to find the flying range of the weighted MB, that'd be no problem. I'd go VLOOKUP, look up weighted MB, and give me the third column back. But VLOOKUP does not work in the other direction. VLOOKUP will not look things up to the left. If I know the item is flying range 80 and I want the name back, VLOOKUP will not do that. There is some discussion at Microsoft with the folks that make Excel, and they're talking about allowing you to put a negative number into the column so that it would look to the left. And that would be a whole lot simpler than what I have to show you here, because index match actually is really difficult. But until they do that for us, that's what we have to do. And the way that we're going to do this is we're always going to use helper cells. All right, I'm going to come out here and I'm going to write the match function that's going to work for us over here in this helper cell, and then I'm going to copy it in. Right? So I'm going to go equals match. And what do I want to look up? Well, I want to look up flying range 80. Do that, comma, right? Where am I going to look it up? And what's the lookup array? Well, it's this list right here. I want to know what row we're going to find that in, because that way I can tell it what row to look in to get me my product back, right? I'm going to do that one there, and then this is going to be an exact match. Right? Exact match, and control enter, and hey, look at that. It finds it in row 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sure enough, flying range 80, flying range 80. Right? Now, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to copy this because I don't want to write this again. I want to copy that. Control C, escape. And the beauty of copying it too is I already know it's working, right? I already know it's working because it's working over here. If I write it in here in the middle of the function, boy, I really don't know if it's working or not. I'll write in the function and then I'll get an error message. I'll have no idea what's going on. So now I'm going to do this index function. I'm going to go equals index, right? What does the index want? It wants to know where the array is that I want to look this thing up in. Kind of like, where's my lookup array, right? That's what that's saying. So I want to look things up in this array right here. This is what I want back. I want the product name, comma. So what's the row number? Well, hey, this is the row number right here. We found this and we copied that formula to our clipboard. So I'm going to go Control V, paste that in there. I know that comes out to 6, right? Comma. I don't need a column number in here because there's only one column in my array. And so actually that'll do it right there. I'll just end that. I'll just go right there to a black parentheses, control enter. It's the long D, right? The long D is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. Its flying range is 80. I've got some, I'll go ahead and let me move this over to the right-hand side of this cell because I have some conditional, or some, I have some data validation drop-down list right here, and I can choose any one of these, and it will go find it for me. All right, so that is a VLOOKUP. Well, it's not a VLOOKUP. It is a lookup that looks to the left. All right, so it's a one-way lookup, and it's to the left. All right, so I'll see you in the next example.